Hi there, welcome back to the YouTube channel. I'm back again with yet another card, and this is one I've missed out. It was brought to my attention that Juri is not something I've played. Someone mentioned it on stream the other day. Can't remember who it was, so sorry. And I thought, oh, yeah, I never really covered Juri, so time to correct that. And that's what today's video is doing. So, black and red for a 1/1, legendary creature, human shaman. And whenever you sacrifice a permanent, you get to put a +1/+1 counter on Juri, and when Juri dies, it deals its damage equal to its power to any target. Now, obviously, if someone instantly puts a -1/-1 counter on Juri and it dies, you can't really deal 0. But it is good fun, and it's really something I've been, I probably should have picked up on a while back when it first came out from Commander Legends. But it's fun, it's different. We can do something with it, I'm sure, that involves, treasures, clues, and things like that. So here we go. This is what today's deck looks like. And the reason I'm speaking a little bit softly today, if you're having trouble, please turn the speaker up, as my wife's still asleep next door, and I'm just trying to get this video done before she wakes up. So a little bit softer for me today. So that's why the mic's in camera and I'm talking quietly and hopefully in a way that everyone appreciates. Okay, here we go. Usually I'd start by going through the mana base, but there's not a lot of point. There's red and black lands all the way through the deck. The only ones really to point out are Field of the Dead and the Drossforge Bridge. The bridge is here because we do need some artifacts to sacrifice, and at the end of the day this is an artifact we can sacrifice. I'd rather not because of its indestructibility, but in a push, if I need to, I will do when I'm playing the deck. The rest of it is just the usual thing. Rapturous Theatre is the other cards worth pointing out at the moment. Right, so artifacts: Mox Tantalite, Soul Ring, Arcane Signet, Talisman of Indulgence, and then Jet and Ruby Medallions. That's it. That's all the ramp I'm really playing today, because we've got so many ways of generating treasures in this deck. It's probably not necessary. So, how does the deck win? Well, basically you get Juri in play turn 3ish with some things you can sacrifice, maybe turn 4. Wait until you've got a pile of things you can sacrifice, then you sacrifice these things off, have Juri massive. They either deal with it, or Juri will just keep getting bigger, and then eventually when Juri dies it will kill someone. It's pretty straightforward. So first one, Greedy Freebooter, comes into play. It's 1/1, that's fine, but when it dies we get a scry and a treasure token, so something to sacrifice. Unearth lets us bring something back from the graveyard. It's not bad for 1 mana. Admittedly, you can leave Juri in the graveyard if you want to get around the command attacks. Leave Juri in the graveyard, play Unearth, bring her back. It's fine. Impulsive Pilferer, when it dies, we get a treasure token, and then we get to encore it back and get a whole load more treasure tokens. Strike It Rich is just a treasure generator on turn 1. Vandal Blast keeps all the other artifacts under control, and Elixir shuffles everything back in. The nice thing about Elixir is you sacrifice it, it goes back in your library along with everything else, and still puts a +1/+1 counter over here. Little things keep me happy. Calisel Sword lets us deal target creature you control deals damage equal to its power to any other target, then sacrifice it, which is a lovely with Burn Together, because you can get Juri big, do this, target one person, give them a load of damage, target someone else, give them a load of other damage. Yeah, bear it in mind. Costly Plunder lets us sacrifice a creature or an artifact. Now, a lot of the spells like this, I've gone with the ones that have the ability to sacrifice artifacts. Yes, sacrificing the creatures, especially Juri when we get there, is useful, but sacrificing tokens and treasure, the treasures, the clues and things we'll be generating might be slightly better for us in the long term than sacrificing Juri because of the command attacks. So bear that in mind. So there's Deadly Dispute, there's Fanatical Offering, the theme so far, Reckoner's Bargain, they're all here. So we've got most of them in, I think. Charmed Scoundrel just comes into play and gives us a treasure token or Wicked Roll token if we need it. Dockside is Dockside. Magda just taps, attacks, gets a treasure, that's fine. But the sacrificing of the 5 treasures and getting a dragon or an artifact from our battlefield and put that card onto the battlefield, then shuffle, can be relevant because of some of the dragons we've got coming up. Yeah. Shrapnel Blast is just sacrifice an artifact, gets removal on the go. Wily Goblin gives us a treasure. Kalain, treasure, sacrifice a treasure when they come in, get +1/+1 counter. Nice little trick with Juri, yeah, that's fine. And Zoal, Lava Tongue. I put this in as a 2/2 with Death Touch, which I'm sure you probably remember from the Lost Caverns of Ixalan. Don't forget, when you sacrifice your treasures, they do go to the graveyard. At least they should do. MTGO is a bit funny, but you've got other things you can sacrifice. And doing the whole let's do a lightning bolt if need be could be quite fun. Fane is here. Yep, I'm sure there'll be at least one comment from one of my regular followers who come and plays on stream about Fane being another deck, so they'll be happy. Hi Slays, if you got that far. Mastermind Plum is also here. Coming in from the clue set, I'm still trying to figure out how to do Mastermind on a deck on his own, but at the moment he's turned up here because we can exile a creature, target card from a graveyard when we attack, and if it was an artifact we're exiling, we get a treasure. And then whenever you cast a spell, if we use mana from a treasure, we lose a life and draw a card. Could be quite useful, could be quite tricky if we're getting low on life, though, so we have to be a little bit careful with Mastermind. Toxic Deluge helps us control the board. Undercity Scourge is just another artifact thing we can suck off and a creature, and we can create a treasure token if a creature died this turn. Could be interestingly different. Braids, because we want people to sacrifice things. We can sacrifice our own permanents to make Juri bigger, so yeah, it made sense to have braids in a deck. Breacher's Eager Pillager is also here just for the treasure token creation, which he does, and so does the Dockside, so yeah, yay. Depending which one we attack with, of course. We'll probably do the target creature can't block and they create the treasure a lot. Although if we have Captain Lannery Storm around, we'll get all three options on the go and just try and work out what we're doing. Chaos Warp bounces something that's annoying, and hopefully they don't get anything better. Jessica's Will, yep, cards and mana. Professional Facebreaker does the whole treasure thing. So does Red Cap Thief, and Zorn just doubles up the amount of treasures. Carnage Interpreter also comes from the clue set. This one is something that's very nice if you've got an empty hand or you've got a load of lands in your hand you don't care about. Casting this for 3 mana, discarding our hand and getting 4 clue tokens could be very useful. And then it becomes, do that at that stage, you get a 5/5 with Menace, which can be a little bit tricky for people to deal with. So yeah, seems good. Lagomas Hand of Hatred just gives us an elemental each turn, and then sacrifice the elemental makes Juri bigger. Mahidi Emporium Master, create a treasure token for each creature that died this turn, so we'll get a few creatures hopefully dead. And obviously, we're sacrificing things off, so Mayhem Devil had to be here alongside Academy Manufacturer, because with the amount of clues and foods we create and treasures we're creating, we get a few more things that we can sacrifice off. Grim Harling is also here. Whenever one or more creatures you control deal combat damage to a player, create 2 treasure tokens. That's fine. Sacrifice the treasures. Target creature gets -X/-X. It's a nice little bit of static removal where the treasures we're generating. And because we're sacrificing tokens, Mirkwood Bats had to be here as well. Bit of a no-brainer. Damnation gives us really good board control. And Reprocess, coming in from Urza's Sagas, is probably one that people have never seen that much of. Sacrifice any number of artifacts, creatures and lands. Draw a card for each permanent sacrifice this way. Yeah, okay, then if you stack it, make sure you sacrifice your artifacts off if you need to, and some of your lands maybe just make Juri so big that becomes lethal. That's one way of doing it. It's also a way if you need to get Juri off the board if someone's played something like Moat and you can't attack. This gives you a nice way of sacrificing Juri as well as a load of other stuff and getting benefit from it. But I like Reprocess. I'm glad I remembered about it when I was building this deck. Big Score, Pirate's Pillage, same cards, 1 instance, 1 sorcery. Young Red Dragon gives us a treasure and then becomes a dragon. Atushi, when it dies, gives us 3 treasure tokens. Nice. Chain Reaction controls the board. Decadent Dragon, we can do the whole expensive taste if we want to first, or we can just cast the dragon and go, yep, we'll attack and get a treasure token. Thank you very much. Unexpected Windfalls, the expensive instant version. I don't know why they changed this. Big Score, same card basically as Unexpected Windfall, but Big Score only has 1 red pip and Unexpected Windfall has 2 red pips. I'm guessing there's something they were worried about in the Adventures of Forgotten Realms deck when they did this, so yeah, it is what it is. Prosper's here because I'm playing a black-red deck, and why would you not play Prosper no matter what? And Solemn Sin to give us a little bit more of the mana wrapping. Revelant Riches gives us a backup win condition if we're not trying to do things with Juri. Rapturous Dragon comes into play with 2 treasure tokens. Bonehall Dragon just does stupid things that is stupid enough to win a game on its own. Goldspan Dragon does the whole tap a treasure, sacrifice it, get 2 mana of 1 colour instead of just 1, and we get to have treasure tokens when it becomes the target of a spell or is attacking. And Rankle and Torben, yeah, I think we might as well play it here. Oh, sorry, meant to say Magda, treasures, sacrifice the treasures, go get dragon. Yeah, okay. I'm pretty sure you worked that out anyway. Rankle and Torben deals combat damage to a player or barrel, choose any number. Each player creates a treasure token as one we'll be going for. Yes, we hand them all out, but that'll be that and the whole source one. Very unlikely unless we can win the game by sacrificing off Juri, we'll choose just the second one on the list. But you never know, things have happened that are weirder. One of the main targets for Magda and the treasure things will be the Ancient Copper Dragon. Don't forget you can activate Magda at any time, so you can do it at an end step, so you can get the Ancient Copper Dragon in for a hit the next turn before they have a chance to kill it. Bear that in mind. Blood Money just blows the board up, gives us a whole load of treasure tokens, and then makes life very unpleasant, I would imagine. Like Squires with Brass's Bounty, we'll sacrifice, pay the 6-7 mana at some stage once we've got significant amount of lands in play, and get a token for each one of the treasure token for each one of those lands, which gets silly. I've cast this now twice with Academy Manufacturer, in play, and I've forgotten how good that actually a little 2-card combo can be. Scared me. It did crash MTGO once because there were so many coming in. I think I had 14 lands in play, so 42 tokens in play coming in off the Academy Manufacturer did cause MTGO to crash. Just be aware of that. Anyway, the final card, Blasphemous Act, because we want a little bit more board control than what I've already talked about. And that is it for now. That's my take on Juri, the Master of the Revue. I hope you've enjoyed it. I'm not sure how good deck's going to be. I quite like it. I've played, like I said, I've play tested it a couple of times with somebody. I'm trying to play test the decks before I upload them now, just so you're aware. I have play tested it a couple of times, and yeah, quite enjoyed playing it. Was very good, was good fun, and it should be a little bit more challenging in play. So there you go, that's my take on Juri. I hope you've enjoyed it. I'll be back very soon with another deck tech. See you soon on the videos, and come and follow me on Twitch if you want to see these decks played. It's down below. And hit the subscribe button. 361 for this video so far, so we're still getting closer to that 500. And thank you to everyone who subscribed recently. Really appreciate it. Cheers. See you soon. Bye.